welcome back, YouTube. And I just wanted to give you a little update here. We haven't really traded a whole lot since last week. We had Monday off for Martin Luther King Day, so we didn't do any trading then. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, I did do a little bit of trading using the AI. Wasn't real happy with Google. It makes a lot of mistakes and is quite frankly stupid sometimes. Gets mixed up with the things it's told me to do, and it's just been unhappy. So I started venturing into looking at Grok or Chat GPT, and right now I got Grok up here, and then Chat GPT doesn't want to play. I was telling it about what I'm doing, and it doesn't want to help make any type of picks or anything like that. It says it will only, once I've made a decision, I'll upload a form to it with what I'm going to trade, and it'll say yay or nay if it's a good idea. So I basically told it to F off if it doesn't want to play. So Grok doesn't seem to mind. It'll tell you what kind of trades to put in. It's even given because I do like my QQQ. I have traded it here over the last 2 days a little bit, and get rid of this. And you can see we held this over the weekend at 161. And then we traded and got two little gains here. Went from that 161 to 174. They were like, I think iron condors on 0 DTE, QQQ. Picked up, 10, 15 bucks. It wasn't real risky. The market was just chopping in this small zone. And I just put two wings on, real wide wings, narrow wings, but a wide spread. And picked up a little bit of money there and closed them early. Let's see what we got here. So we're about 15 minutes to open, and I'm going to look at QQQ again to try to scalp some money, either, looking like it might be an up day. The markets are opening up big after Trump, backed down on these stupid tariffs that he's thinking about doing with Greenland. I mean, not that all the tariffs are stupid. I agree with some of them, but that one just sounded ridiculous to me. I'm glad it's he's pulling back on it. The market might go back to normal and get out of this these giant swings. And also the Webull account, I did a trade. Google told me to trade NU yesterday, totally out of the blue. It said, "Hey, I found this stock. It looks like it's gonna do good today compared to the rest of the market." And I did make $4.50 on it, but it just really just traded in this little small range, and I don't know. Maybe if I'd have held it, I didn't want to hold it overnight because you don't know what's going to happen with this news. Obviously, the news was good, so it's probably going to be going up compared to yesterday. So it may have been a mistake, but hey, it still made $5. So we got the 208.46 over here, and on the Webull, pull you over to that screen. Actually, you went on here. Here we go. Okay, this one here I'm showing you. We got the 240. 208.46, and then the $4 profit on that one trade. So nothing great. Well, sorry about that. I didn't have my headphones on. So the audio is going to be crap. I'm going to have to post-production fix that. And so, like I said, we got 20 minutes or 10 minutes to open. And let's go over to what Grok was saying here. Okay, so we're going to focus on some key signals after the opening. If QQQ opens strong above 621 and quickly reclaims or rejects higher resistance like 625, 627, recent highs, that's bullish. Look for a steady grind or a breakout above 629 with conviction. Holding above the opening price after the first 15 to 30 minutes suggests buyers are in control. So an early fade below the open, dipping back to 618 to 620, or failure at 622.23 points to weakness. So we're gonna follow QQQ throughout the morning. We'll see what it looks like, and that's just where I like to be. It's got so much liquidity, very little slippage when you're getting in and out, and it makes good enough moves through the day to make a little bit of a scalp. Or if it's going to chop sideways all day, you can put in an iron condor on the 0 DTE and get some credit and be fairly risk adverse. So that's where we're at. I'm going to pause and we'll get back to this as soon as the opening bell hits. Okay, we're back. Let's go over to Tasty Trade. And this is the opening here in QQQ. Let's go to the 5 minute. We're about to get, yeah, there it is. We got a 5 minute chart. So it pulled back immediately, and I mean, volume's pretty good, it looks to be. We'll see on this next ticker here how much we're going to pull back. Opened up a little over 5, I believe. Yeah. It always does this, I'm always tempted after a big gap up. I always see this where you could probably come in and scalp some cash right away. If I had 25 grand in the account and I could do unlimited day trades, I would absolutely come in and out of this QQQ every time after a big gap up because I always see it. You get a big gap up and then it pulls back for the first 10 to 15 minutes. It'll pull back and you can make a little money on that way down. And then a lot of times it'll stabilize and then it'll chug away itself back up. Or if it's a low volume, just a sideways day, it'll just find its place right around 10 a.m. and then just chug along all day between a small little window, and then at the end of the day, it'll go up a little. It seems like such a predictive stock or ETF. Maybe I'm 100% wrong, but why I've got 200 bucks in my account and not 2 million. So we're just gonna let this chop away, and I do agree with the AI about not entering anything till it settles down and you kind of get a feel for what it's going to do. So we're going to let it sit here and pick its direction it's going to want to head for the rest of the day or where it's going to want to stay, and we'll maybe enter a trade. We're going to enter the trade in Weeble though for sure over here because I've got day trades left over here. I don't have any in Tasty. I'm out. I'm at 4. So you can see here my day, yeah, 4. But if I made a trade, that would put me over the PDT, and I'm done. So, um, yep, I got to wait for this to get back to 2. So that's where we're at, and I'll be back if I make a trade. Okay, welcome back. Just going to do our nightcap. So our post-trading market updates, and let's go over to the Weeble screen. And there we are. And today we did basically a QQQ bull credit spread, and we put that on earlier today as the market was coming down. It opened up higher, it backed off a little bit, and we just about caught it at the low, and then put in the bull credit spread on the call side, and that took us up for a nice little bit of a profit. We had to hold it overnight because I have no more day trades. So a little risky, but it does look like it's gapping up for tomorrow. So far, we don't know until it all ends. But let's take a look at Tasty Trade. That's got better charts, so it's going to give us a better idea of what's going on. Okay, we're in here. So yeah, it's showing 621.34 and it closed at 620. So if that holds till morning, we will have an upgrade. Okay, so we were going over the tasty trade here, and it looks like the QQQ is going to be gapping up tonight. Currently at that 621.11, and if it opens up in the morning higher, we may close this trade because it's already. I'm going to go back over to Webull, and like I said, it's already up. Where's my positions? Oh, right here, positions. Yeah, you can see I got a vertical, a 618, 619. So it's already quite a ways into the money. And does it show profit today? It does not over here. I believe it's like at the close, it was up. So we went from 208 to the 215. Yeah, so 750. And that was at the close. Oh, so the day's P&L is 13. So it went up 13. So I believe there's max profit on this is like $41. So if I get it up to, anything over 25, I may close it. And then I'm good for tasty trade to day trade tomorrow. And let's see, go to back over to tasty, and we'll go to trade options. Yeah, you can see my accounts, no trades, and my day trade's 0. So I'm ready to rock. I could do in and out a couple times if I want on Friday. And yeah, this is showing the pre-market over here too, so which is nice. 621.14. They're not trading options, but these movements in the numbers on QQQ is in the actual equities, not in the options market. And that's about it. We're gonna cap it for the night, and we'll get back to trading on Friday for the end of the week. And peace, sayonara.